Hi, I'm Sue Sylvanians and I make videos about Sylvanian families, also known as calico critters. And I thought it might be interesting to look in detail at some of the older families in my collection, so I'm going to start with the cottontail rabbits. My cottontail family is almost entirely from what's known as the flare era of the brand in the mid to late 2000s, but I do have two newer babies. One I bought this year from the now closed Sylvanian shop in London, and another from the Bug Buddies set. The cottontails are a lovely grey-coloured family of rabbits, with white markings on the lower half of their faces. The first members I owned were actually the grandparents. These were one of the options for the gift you got when joining the Collector Club when it was run by Sylvanian storekeepers in the flare era. You can see them on leaflets like this, which came in sets around that time. I still have my membership certificate, so I know I must have got these when I joined in August 2005. And you can also just about see them in this photo I took of my collection soon after then. When I was little, I used to line up my figures and take photos and then print them out for pictures on the walls of their houses. Although the quality is not great now, it's really nice to have this from back then. So, these are Christopher and Carmen Cottontail. Christopher is a very smartly dressed bunny, with multiple pieces in his outfit. He did have a brown velvet bag, but I'm not quite sure where that is now. But he does have the burgundy coloured waistcoat with a couple of buttons on the front. This actually just velcros at the back. I can't imagine trying to do up those buttons if it was done in the usual way. Underneath is his brown and white check shirt with a yellow ribbon bow to resemble a bow tie. Finally, he has on a pair of pinkish cord trousers which have a little gap at the back for his tail to poke out. He also wears a pair of green glasses. I love all the detail in his clothes. It could feel very fancy, but the colours are more homely, which I quite appreciate. Comparatively, Carmen has a rather simple outfit on in the form of a dress. However, there are still some nice embellishments, with a lace ruffle collar at the top and matching lace at the bottom, and another more dainty lace on her bodice. And to match her pink floral dress, she wears pink glasses. In my collection, they are in the sweet shop, which is this cart in my main shopping area. The sweet cart is beloved by all the children, with several queuing up to get what they want. There are sweets, biscuits and lots of lollipops ready to be purchased. Meanwhile, the rest of the family are at home in Meadowcroft Cottage. This is the main family consisting of Mother Sorrel, Father Aaron, Daughter Willow and son Gromwell. These are the second edition UK Flare family, which came as a family together. In the first edition, all the members came in individual boxes and they also had slightly different outfits. So let's look at them in turn. Starting with the father, Aaron Cottontail wears a pair of yellow dungarees with red buttons. He has a checked pattern t-shirt on underneath, he has a cute pink nose and a nice fluffy grey tail. Sorrel is the name of the mother. I adore her dress. It has a pale yellow floral pattern which is very pretty. She also wears an apron, which is a separate piece and held on by a ribbon tied at the back. Their daughter is called Willow. Her outfit is also a pale yellow floral, but in a different pattern to her mother's dress. She's wearing what I think of as the old style outfit, in the form of a simple skirt with ribbon ties. Somehow the bow around her neck is still very neatly tied. It can be quite tricky to retie these, so I'm not surprised that the ribbons were replaced with elastic in later families. And the brother is named Gromwell. Again, he has an older style of outfit on, which is the shorts with elastic braces. The yellow buttons bring together his outfit with the rest of the family, although I guess his check shorts are similar to his dad's t-shirt. As for the three babies, the one in blue is from my childhood collection too. And amazingly, he still has his gold sticker intact. He is called Comfrey Cottontail, and this was when there were two standing babies for each family, and the crawling and sitting twins were a variation of the same family members. So he does have a twin called Angelica, who came in a pink romper, but I never owned her. Maybe I could rename one of my other Cottontail babies with her name. In yellow is a baby I bought at a London shop at my last visit. At some point the families were reduced to have just one standing baby per family. This is the era that he is from, so this is Charlie Cottontail. There is a slight difference in how these babies look, and my Comfrey figure is also over 15 years older than my Charlie one, but the older one is a slightly darker grey, which makes his white face markings even more defined. The white markings also go slightly further up and around his face, whereas in the newer baby Charlie, his eyes are slightly wider set. I hadn't ever compared these two in detail before, and it's interesting to see the differences, as I'd assumed that they would be exactly the same. But moving on, my final cottontail baby is one in a ladybird costume from the Bug Buddies set. Canonically, this is also Charlie, but I think I'll call her Angelica from now on. The ladybird costume is very sweet, with a red outfit with black spots and a tiny pink headband with antenna on. This is how I usually set up my cottontails. In the house, upstairs, the father is giving baby Comfrey a bath. The children are also upstairs playing with friends, with Charlie trying to join in. And downstairs, Sorrel has some of her friends over for cake and drinks. Ladybird Charlie is with his Bug Buddy friends near the hammock in the park. The house they live in is a slightly battered Meadowcroft cottage, which I bought from a charity shop I think around 2008 or 9. It has always been missing the door, and there are also a couple of bars missing in the windows, but the family doesn't mind. If I take away all the figures, it's easier to see the living room area, with mismatched sofa and chairs. Then on the right is a kitchen area with a washing machine. Upstairs is the bathroom, which only has a baby bath, so I'm not sure where the rest of the family gets clean. Separated by a divider is the bedroom occupied by the children. The roof is quite low, so I had to separate out these bunk beds and work out what could go at the shortest part, which ended up being this doll's house. So there we have it. This is my cottontail rabbit family. I really love this family. Almost all of them are named after garden plants. And of course their surname Cottontail is best known from Beatrix Potter as one of Peter Rabbit's sisters. I think this is a perfect name, and it really exemplifies the rustic, old-fashioned English vibe of Sylvanian families. I hope you enjoyed this video. I'd like to do more like this, focusing on different families, as I only tend to share about the new ones. Maybe I could do the next door neighbours of the Cottontails, the Fairbanks Squirrels. Let me know if you'd be interested in seeing that, or if you have any of the Cottontail rabbit family too. And thank you for watching, and subscribe for more videos on Sylvanian unboxings, news and collection updates.